This is the time you're going to finally stop neglecting your inner child. This is the time where you finally start doing things for yourself. You're going to do things for the child version of you, that child version that is still hurt, the child version that went through so much pain when you're young. Maybe you worked on it, but you still feel this low-level refrigerator hum in the background, where you have to constantly escape yourself, where you have to always be scared of social interactions because you have to monitor what other people are thinking of you, when you constantly try and start something only to procrastinate and put it off. All these are symptoms of inner child wounds. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what the inner child is and how you can work with it to start alleviating that pain. My name is João, and I run this Approaching Authenticity channel where we talk about the intersection between productivity, mental health, and spirituality. I myself am a space engineer, and I've worked with a lot of mental health difficulties, let's say, throughout my life. And in this channel, I like to share insights that I believe were really beneficial to me, whilst trying to keep a rational level and not go way too deep into the woo, as they like to say. Typically, we think that as we grow older throughout our lives, we go from child to teenager to adult, and we just transform. So first you're a child, then you become a teenager, then you become an adult. But in truth, what happens is that you don't really completely transform, or at least this, to the best of my knowledge, you don't really completely transform from child, teenager to adult. What you do is you integrate different parts of you from previous versions. So let's say you're a child, but then you become a teenager, and then you become an adult. So it's kind of like these Russian dolls, you know, when you open one, the smaller one comes out. It's kind of like that. And so if something traumatic happens in childhood, and I talk about trauma, childhood trauma a lot on this channel, you'll still feel the consequences of that as a teenager, as an adult. And so we're not probably as conscious of it during each stage. So let's say now you're an adult, you're not as conscious as of your child self, because it's deeper into the Matryoshka doll analogy, right? It's the smallest doll, and then the adult is the most encapsulating one. And your awareness is only covering the larger, let's say, doll, your conscious awareness, but your subconscious comprises the rest of it. And so the inner child often has gone through trauma, has gone through emotional pain, because when we were kids, we were very sensitive, and things impact us a very deep way. Your parents had to give you emotional support. They had to guide you through the world. And if they didn't do the best job, if they couldn't, let's say, meet many of your emotional needs, you didn't really know how to meet them yourself. You didn't really know how to actually nurture yourself, nurture your emotions. And now you're an adult and you still cannot deal with these emotions. You still don't know how to nurture yourself, because the pain that you feel is that this child is being neglected. You've been disregarding its feelings for far too long. And that's why you can't be productive. So now let's say you want to start your project and you start really well, but then your child starts screaming at you in the back of your mind, just please give me attention. Just I'm in pain, I need you. And then you don't actually self-sabotage. You just stop what you're doing and then try numbing yourself to shut that pain away like an annoying fly, instead of honoring that inner child that you have within you. So this is also something I'm working on. So I can't really give you specific advice as in this works for sure. But one thing that I believe brings me a lot of peace is to set an intention to actually spend time with that inner child. This can also be doing yoga, by the way. It could be doing physical activities. It could be just about anything, as long as it's beneficial to you and to your inner child, obviously. So if you like this kind of content, which is more of like a spirituality, let's say psychology based, please subscribe, and I'll be expecting you in the next video.